August 7th.
Happy birthday!
Scab Creek Trailhead, getting ready to hike up towards Middle Lake. It's about 8:30. It's a pretty incessantly up grade leaving the trailhead.
We are feeling it.
22 minutes up the trail, we're starting to hit mosquitoes and the forest switched from aspens to pines. Climbing another stiff section about a mile up the trail. Oh, there's the prairie chicken. There's number 4. There's number 5. And 6. There we are, Ridger Wilderness. I don't know. Beautiful spot. That was a stiff half-a-mile climb out of Little Divide Lake. There's little peaks at the mountains. Margaret took a fall.
This rock reached up and grabbed my face.
Bruised her lips. Terrible. Cross Lake, Dream Lake. Oh, fishies! Wait, there's more. Can you climb up over there? We've arrived at Dream Lake at 250 junction with Highline. Day 1 we hiked from Scab Creek Trailhead about 10 miles up to Dream Lake, camping on the northwest side. Dinner tonight we have pad thai, adventure meals.
Personal favorite.
Monday, August 8th. All right, it's 9:18 Monday morning. Packed up, ready to roll out towards Middle Fork Lake. Really doesn't. Maybe a 2/10 of a mile before we got to the junction with Fremont. We missed our trail junction, so we're backtracking. It's a lake north of Dream Lake. This is the trail junction north of Dream Lake, showing the sharp angle back down towards Scab Creek. How close will you let me get? Bob's Lake. Descending down to Sandpoint Lake, which has quite the sand dune along the side. So this is the north end of Sandpoint. A little water dipper in the rock. Nearing the junction for Middle Fork Lake Trail. This is our lunch spot view. Back on the trail at 12:15 after a half-hour break. There's the sign we almost missed.
We did miss it. The Lord showed you a cairn and we're turning back.
No trail for the first few hundred yards. Then we start to see one. I found the creek and the upper pond. We've been coming up this steep ravine for the last 20 or 30 minutes. This is Bewmark Lake. degrees. And this is Bewmark Lake. Turning to our backpacks from the lake, filling up on water. Mosquitoes are pretty bad here right now, 5:30. Today we hiked from our camp spot right north of Dream Lake up past Bob's Lake, Sandpoint Lake, and took the Middle Fork Trail up, and then veered off on a very poor trail, often bushwhacking up to Bewmark. Very steep in this last section. We're camped on a knob looking down over Middle Fork Lake right now. A little bit of slope to our tent, but it'll work. .8:40 and we're getting ready to hike down. It's about 60 degrees, but calm.
Perfect.
Lots of mosquitoes. We're attempting to descend this steep slope. We'll let you know if it works. I don't know, fall number 3. We descended from up there.
Ew. Two kinds, paintbrush and those.
Reached the bottom at 9:18, so it took us about a half hour to get down. 500-foot descent. There's a climb as you continue southeast around the lake. just came down that pass behind us, other end of the lake.
We're at one end of the lake. There's the other end of the lake.
The outlet of Rainbow Lake. This point. We reached the trail junction with a CDT at about 52 minutes coming down. Stream Lake. Yes. We've been bushwhacking our way to the lake along the creek. Here we are set up near Bonneville Lower Lake. Margaret's hiding in the tent.
We're here.
Today we hiked from our camp spot above Bewmark down the steep gully, down the Middle Fork Lake, wrapped around the east end, off trail back to Rainbow Pass, down to Rainbow Lake, walked this east side around, then came down to a trail junction at the CDT, another mile down to Raid Lake, and then over toward Bonneville Basin. First mile of which was pretty easy. Last mile is a lot of up and down and some treacherous boulder hopping and stuff, going up through a gully to Lower Lake. Ended up staying up here near the upper end. And it's Wednesday. It's 50 degrees, not so bad. Mosquitoes are horrendous. Having our breakfast sausage skillet. 9:08, and we're packed up, ready to roll back to the west toward the trailhead. We just passed the trail junction we missed yesterday. We just descended down. It's a little pond above Raid Lake. We'll be crossing the river really soon.
You too. Oh, but I wanted to drink. I wanted to drink. Oh, yeah.
You're right. We're going to veer off trailhead to the west in a minute. Raid Lake, Mount Geikie, Bonneville. We think that's the stream flowing out of the South Fork Lake. We're following the ridge to the west of it. It's stuck. I successfully made it down across. Bushwhacked through those willows, lots of little deep gullies and big rocks. Not any fun. And now we head straight that way. This is our inspirational lunch spot, Mount Bonneville.
We found
Back on a real trail again.
Yeah.
Dream Lake Trail, 1243. Well, this time of year in this area has been full of wildflowers. Very pretty. Last good view we have of them. Yeah, this is where Margaret fell coming in.
Here, show my lip now.
There's,
I can move it.
after 3 days, here's the fateful rock that her lip connected with.
Oh, right, because I stepped there
And there's
somewhere.
where she stepped
In there and went wreck. Oh.
There's where we dragged her to safety while the horse packers drove by. Approaching Little Divide Lake. Started down the Scab Creek Trail at 2:17. So far we've passed 23 hikers coming in. Now we just have to descend back to the valley floor. It's now 5 o'clock. Pretty close to the trailhead now. Margaret says, take me on pack stock next time. Ends up being a 4-day, 3-night trip. Up to Dream Lake, then up to Little Fork, Bewmark above Little Fork, over to Rainbow Lake, then back down to the CDT south to Bonneville Basin. That was very pretty. Middle Fork is gorgeous. And we hiked out back between Raid and Dream Lake across that plateau. Very pretty, very nice off-trail walking.
Very nice.
Then hiked all the way back out to the trailhead. Back down at 5:20.